Hey guys, hey, and welcome to another edition of Nails Are a Lifestyle. Today we're doing a virtual interview all the way in Detroit, Michigan with Miss Shannon Jones, the owner of Ben Gorgeous Mobile Nail Studio. Now listen, guys, I know a lot of times people say mobile, like she has elevated the mobile nail experience to another level. I'm so excited
Yes,
to interview
yes.
her. I am so proud. You guys are going to be so impressed. Now, listen, guys, I know a lot of times people say mobile, like she has elevated the mobile nail experience to another level. I'm so excited
Yes,
to interview
yes.
her. I am so proud. You guys are going to be so impressed because I definitely was basically just from what I just saw. So, Shannon, say hi to our audience today.
Hi,
And it's a
everyone.
Sunday, guys, and Shannon has just finished working a full day today. You can tell
Me
she's over
too.
there grinding, okay?
Yes, getting it in. My clients, they don't wait. They're like, oh, yeah, you got something to do today? I'll be quick. Just give me a pedicure, a full set, all 10 nails, and
Do you normally work
bling
like
on
so?
everything.
How many days a week are you working?
5.
So what are
Yeah,
your
but
days off?
I take Wednesday and Thursday off.
Okay, so today was just an exception or something?
No, I normally work on Sundays. I know my clients, most of them, they work throughout the week. So I take my off days during the week on the days that I notice were like my slowest days. So
Okay,
like Wednesdays and Thursdays just seemed like I only ever had like one, maybe two clients that needed that spot. So I just decided to take those days off and then just work long weekends.
got you. Now I see that you just had a grand opening for the mobile nail salon, but before we get into that, because I need people to understand exactly what it is that you have created, can you give us like a little bit of your background, like how all of this actually came about?
Yes, so the Ben Gorgeous mobile nail experience came about from an idea that I had about 10 years ago. What is it, 2025 now? So yeah, it was about 2015, and I just started doing nails on some of my family and friends, and then someone contacted me and asked me to do nails for them at their house. And so, I hurried up and put a kit together and, went over to their home, and it was kind of a chaotic experience. It
Mm,
was she had a lot of company over that day. She had pets. She had her husband and their kids, and everybody was just kind of really curious about what it was that I was doing. And a lot of people tried to add themselves on to her service, and it was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna try to keep up. I'm gonna try to keep up here. So the first time that I had that experience, when I got home, I was thinking to myself, like, I really like being able to go and take care of people on the spot, like wherever they want me to go. But I do need a little bit more control over the environment, like altogether. So I was wondering,
so
like, how can I make that
hold on
happen?
1 second. So when you went to that person's house, were you in a state like were you in a salon at the
No, I
time?
wasn't in the salon. I actually was home based. So I
Okay,
only worked on a few people at that time. I had like probably less than 20 clients at that
okay,
time. And but my clientele was grown via word of mouth. I had a full-time job, and then I would just take clients at my home in a small salon that I built in my basement before I went to work and after I got off work.
okay, okay.
hmm But I before I started to do nails on that scale, I did go to cosmetology school. So I am a full licensed cosmetologist, but I specialize in nails. And I took some time off to work corporate jobs, to do some modeling, to take care of my dad. But I would always do my own nails. And people started to ask me to do theirs. And I was very hesitant at first, but eventually I just, got back into the field.
Now, so after that first experience of going to that person's house, so did you like, like I like this, but I didn't like the environment? Did somebody, other people start reaching out to you? Like, what were the next steps after that?
Yes, after that experience, she actually became a regular client of mine. So I found myself doing mobile services for her every 2 weeks. And then my clientele was building rapidly. And then I left my corporate job. All this is all going on within a few weeks of each other of the first experience. So I left my corporate job. My clientele doubled instantly, and I was doing mobile services for her and a couple of other people in the city. So most of these people were either like very busy, very influential people in the city, or they were a little bit older, or they were injured and they couldn't go to a nail salon and they needed somebody to come to them.
Okay. And at that time, you were still home based, but you still had clients that you were going out to.
Yes. Yep. I was
Okay.
home based and I just had probably about 3 or 4 mobile clients that I went to on a regular basis. Every 1, 2, or 3 weeks, I went to them.
And you said, okay, so what year was that? 2014?
That was 2016.
Okay. And
Mhm.
then after that, because I think that we talked about, so you said, did you open up like brick and mortar nail salons? Did you do that?
I actually had a studio space for the past 2 years, but during that time, from 2015 all the way until 2020, I was home based.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
And so while you was home based, the idea of the mobile nail salon. So what made you say, you know what? I don't, is it because you didn't want people in the house anymore? Like what was the, like, I'm trying to figure out what, because I know a lot of people, I've heard actually a lot of people talk about doing what you're doing, but nobody has ever actually acted out on it except one other person. And again, like that was this year as well.
Mhm.
But what was it that made you say, I'm going to really do this?
Well, I think the turning point for me was the moment when somebody in my family got injured and she really needed a service done. And so I went to the nursing home and did a mobile service for her. And it was just it was really tough because the people there were they were in a lot of pain and they were complaining about the smell of the acrylic and things like that. But I didn't want to disappoint her and I also didn't want to make anybody else more uncomfortable. So like to
Mm,
go back to wanting to control the environment more and bring the nail salon to somebody and not just nail supplies to somebody. That
right.
that made me start doing some research about how do I make this happen. But when I looked into it, it wasn't legal. So it wasn't anything on the entire website for the Board of Cosmetology here in Michigan that allowed you to have a mobile salon and a self contained vehicle. You could be a mobile tech and you can take a few things to someone and work under your scope of practice, but actually having something that you took to somebody's home or their event, it wasn't covered. So
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you, what was that process like of getting that started? Like, how long did it take you from start to finish?
once I so they amended that rule in 2019. I noticed when I went back and looked into whether or not this was possible. And around 2023, I really started to put in work to get towards that mobile salon because I took some years off of doing nails, period. When COVID hit, I just stopped like cold turkey
Mm-hmm.
because about a month into lockdown, I found out that I was pregnant with my first child, which was like a major miracle. It was planned, but it was still like, we were crossing fingers, praying, hoping that it happened. When it
Gotcha.
happened, and I became a mom, and the pandemic hit. I just shut my entire nail business down. So I got back into nails in 2023. And that's when I came back to this idea and said it's about time for me to really get this started. Because I was looking around and there was still a market for mobile nail salons and mobile nail services and beauty services altogether. But like you said, nobody was really doing it. And after a lot of research trying to figure out why nobody was doing it, that just made me want to do it more, because I was extremely curious. I was like, what's going on here? Like, why is nobody doing this? It's legal now. State board said it's okay. You can get an
Okay.
establishment license and everything. So, why don't we see a lot more of these here in this state? They were popping up in all different places like Georgia and Florida and Jersey. But here in the Midwest, it wasn't really popping like that.
Okay. So now, do you go to the people's houses and they come outside and get on the RV, or are you station? Is the RV stationary somewhere? Like, what is the
It's both.
process?
It's actually both. So my regular clientele, and by the way, we're not open yet. We open next month.
Okay.
But the way that the system works is my regular clientele has the option to come and meet me at my flagship location.
Okay.
And they come and get their regular appointments just like they did when I had a Sweet Space. And then if somebody wants a mobile service, that's just an extra charge. And then they pick a date that's available and I go to them.
So, do you have a radius that you stay in? Do you go out of the state? Like, what's your limitations?
About 30 miles from my flagship location is probably my maximum. I would like to stay within 16 miles, and then after 16 miles, then I just add on a little extra mileage for that extra, distance and time.
Okay, and so right now, I know you said you officially open next month.
Mhm.
So I know it's just you. Are you looking for other nail techs
I
or?
am. Yes, I'm actually about to put that feeler out on the website. It's going live tomorrow. So I'm looking for one full-time person to be here and just work as like a team member and just be a part of the business with me. And then there's two other stations at the pedicure station that can be rented for booth rent. And then I'm also looking to build a network of people here in the city that just want to collaborate when I get bookings for events like weddings and prom send-offs and birthday
Mm,
parties. Hmm.
that's a market. I can see that. That's a market. What type of nails do you specialize in?
I specialize in acrylics, pedicures, and gel manicures.
Now, so it's on the RV. Are you doing waterless pedicures, or what is the? You have a water system hooked
I
up?
have a water system. Yes, we've had this thing completely custom built. So certain parts of it we had torn out and we had it repiped by an RV specialist. Like he
Mm,
knows everything about trailers, motorhomes, and not party buses, but what do you call it? The celebrities they go across the country in
oh, the
those.
tour bus.
Yes, tour buses. So he specializes in those things. So between that RV specialist, a couple of other contractors, and my husband and brother's contracting expertise, we came up with an entire like schematic about how we wanted to redo the RV. So we added extra piping and a tankless water heater, and we piped that hot and cold water to a certain portion of the RV that didn't have it before, and
Mm-hmm.
then we hooked up custom made, custom built pedicure chairs back there. So they fully functional, just like if you walk into a salon, hot water, cold water, jets, lights, bubbles, all of
I
that.
know camera action. Okay, I know that's
Mhm.
right. So, do
Yeah.
you think that once you actually advertise that you're open next month, that you're going to that you have the capacity? Because again, like the market that you're in, this is going to be really in high demand.
Yes. Now, I'm hoping that that's where the new nail techs come in. So as people come and inquire on joining or being a member, which I do have memberships, by the way. That's most of my clientels are members. And they're loyal clients that come to me and they just have everything like prepaid before they come. If you're not a member, then you can book with anybody, not just me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it won't depend on my schedule whether or not we can take people, so we can grow in that way. And also we have the option of people who book us for events. Like I expect them to want to become regular clients too. So that's why I really need to grow my team like now.
Now, is the flagship location like, is that like in a parking lot, a
Yes,
parking
there's a
center?
salon that I've been at for the past 2 years. And instead of renting space inside, I just rent space outside and I have a regular parking spot. I have my own power source, the generator, I have my own Wi Fi and everything. So I work completely off of my own power. So I don't need anything but the space
Oh,
there.
so they charge you to actually park it there.
Hmm.
And so do you leave it there or?
No, I drive it there every day, drive it home every day.
That is awesome. This sounds like this is how going to have to be franchised, Shannon. You know this, right?
Well, I mean, I'm hearing God tell me I'm gonna have a fleet, and that's what I'm looking towards. Like I'm taking notes, I'm writing down everything, all the struggles, all of the things that we got right the first time, all the things it took us 10 times to get right, so that when it's time to build the next one and the next one and the next one, that I know what to do. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
definitely
forward to it.
understand that building phase is I mean, you know what? And the building phase is just definitely, it's just really a learning phase. You
Yeah.
are creating that foundation from scratch,
Hmm.
so there really are not any mistakes there. You're learning how to build your system.
Hmm.
And I'm so proud of you for being persistent and
Thank
consistent
you.
to see your dream come
Yeah.
alive.
And
Seriously.
we did the grand opening, but that was more like I would say like a soft opening slash reveal party.
Mm-hmm.
Um because the grand opening you usually do that when you're about to like really open the doors and just let people start, coming in and booking and things like that. But I just couldn't wait to share it with my clients. And as soon as the outside got done, people started to post me on social media as I was going down the street from, one place to another, just taking it to go get repaired and get things done on it. And I was like, okay, I have to put this out there, now. I have to let my clients see this before, anybody else. But now that we're in it, now that I'm in it and I'm looking around, even just right now, it's like if you could
Wow.
see the renderings that I did on my computer, the things that I designed on the computer and the way it looks now in person, it's like we really did this. It's a shocker. Yeah. It's kind of scary, but it's like a good kind of scary, but it's like,
But you know what? Because I was talking to my husband, we talk about, how a lot of times we sitting around talking about all these goals that we have, and it's not even really about the end goal because once you get it, that lasts for a second. All of it is really about the journey of getting there,
yeah.
like the feeling every day, working towards it. Because once you get it, it's just like, yay!
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Now it's just like, what's next?
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you still got to maintain it and everything else, but
Mhm.
I am so, so proud.
Thank
Let's
you.
get into your rapid fire questions. So,
Okay.
long nails or short nails?
Long nails.
What's your favorite nail shape?
uh, for me, I like to wear stiletto, but if I'm doing it on somebody else, I like to do square, like a really crisp square.
So, what's your most requested nail shape?
Coffee.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
What is your favorite nail trend right now?
Favorite nail trend? Oh, cat eye. I'm
Really?
obsessed. Yes,
Are
I
you
love
a
the
cat
cat
eye
eye.
specialist? Do you think you have it mastered? You have it mastered, you think?
Yeah, once I started doing it, I was so scared. I didn't even try it until like last year. And then once I tried it, I was like, "Oh, this ain't nothing. This is
Right,
easy."
exactly. You wasted all that time.
Yeah, I was like, but I cannot stand trends. Like trends, they drive me nuts because I'm like, I can't. I just learned this thing. Why are y'all coming up with another thing? I'm still trying to learn this. I
I
still
know.
ain't did a
I'm
duck
gonna ask
set.
you a question about that in a second. What is
Hmm.
your So what do you feel like is the worst nail trend? Like what do you hate to see?
Oh, there was like at some point these bubble nails. Do you remember seeing those?
I
Oh
remember.
my goodness. Like, why? Why would anybody do that? Why? That's horrible. Big marble you got on your fingertips. Like, girl, stop.
Are they doing duck nail trends there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
Do
girls,
you
they
like
love their
those?
duckies. I've never done them. They're growing on me though, I will say. But I'll say I like secretly hoping somebody requests a set of duck nails, but I have not done them yet.
What's your age range? So, like, what is your age range of clients? The
My youngest
majority.
client, my youngest client is 15. My oldest client is 80.
Okay.
So I tend to not work on anybody under the age of 15. And then I don't have a limit on how old you can be. As long as you can climb up the steps, then you good with me.
I understand. I understand.
Mhm.
Give some advice to the new and aspiring nail techs. Now, you cannot say keep going and stay motivated. You can't say that. And the reason why I say that, because I know people get overwhelmed, like you just said, with like all these trends,
Mhm.
and if they're just starting out, sometimes they just lose focus and direction. Gives a word of advice to the new and upcoming nail techs.
Don't wait. Um, I notice a lot of the new nail techs and people who are just coming out of school or even self-taught. You find yourself asking for people to come and model for you. Come and model a set. Let me practice on you. Um, I don't believe that people are for practice. They make practice hands for that. You can go ahead and buy one on Amazon, the real silicone ones. You don't have to wait on anybody to support you to start to really master your craft. Support yourself initially. Practice on the practice hands, practice on yourself, practice on your hands, your feet. Get you a practice sheet, a workbook, work on things like that. And then when you build your skill set and your knowledge, because school is important, this is an industry where a lot of people do use this as a side hustle. I understand it, I respect it. But when you're working on another person and you're working on people's like bodies, you have to take that seriously. And if you want to do that and you want to do it professionally, you want people to pay you, you owe it to yourself and to your client to get the most education possible. And
Right.
then you can start to build your clientele. You're going to get there, but in the meantime, just invest in yourself, work on your education, and don't wait for anybody else to support you in ways that you can support yourself. So practice, practice, practice.
What do you think? Because I have asked Selena Wednesdays, and people would DM me questions that they would like for me to answer. So I know the answer that I gave. What do you think if someone was moving? I think she was moving from Chicago to Texas, but she didn't have a large Instagram following, anything like that, but she did have a full book from the state that she was already in. So,
Mhm.
what advice would you give somebody that's going to another state to build clientele?
Go to a salon, an
That
open
yeah.
salon. Go sit down in the first available seat. Doesn't matter if it's booth rent or commission. If you can start off with commission, do so if they're providing enough product for you. And it doesn't matter if you stay there for 4 weeks, 4 months, or 4 years. Use that opportunity to promote yourself because if you want to be your own boss, you have to start somewhere. And the best way for you to start is to start under people who have been doing it for a while in one way or the other. And nail products are extremely expensive. And we see it going up penny by penny every single day, and it really adds up. So if you don't have to keep up with all of those nail products yourself, working in a commission-based salon is a great idea for somebody that's moving from one state to another. Now, if you have everything that you need, I still wouldn't recommend jumping into renting a suite. If
Yeah,
you're going
I
into a
wouldn't
new
think so
state.
either.
Yeah.
I don't suggest that because First of all, you don't even know anybody. You spend a lot of time. You really can't enjoy. I ain't even gonna say enjoy the craft. You can't relax and master the craft and actually obtain the clients because you're in the hustle and bustle of paying somebody for the space.
Yes.
That's number
Yes.
one. Can you learn the area that you're in? And if you're
Mhm.
good, your work will speak for itself. It won't even take that long. It,
Absolutely.
it won't take that long.
And there's a
How
nail
do
salon on every corner. So if you are moving to a new state and you don't want to learn, you don't want to go across town, go to the one, start with the nail salons that are closest to you. Just pay attention to what they're doing. Go look at their Google reviews as a client first and see if
mm,
anybody's complaining about cleanliness, being rude, quality of work. To be the best in a bad salon is still a bad thing.
that's
So,
true.
you know, go find you a good spot, but you can do it. You can move out of state. This is one of the best industries to be in for somebody that likes to move around and travel because everybody wants a service done. Not everybody can do it themselves.
Absolutely. What did you think about the Nail Excellence Awards?
Oh, it sounds so exciting. Like literally looking at how I can drive this 32-foot thing across the country so I can attend it with it. But with or without, I'll be there.
But this is like I said, that's in October. But like I could just really see, but I just feel like your business is just going to 10x by October, especially when you talk about on the marketing side. Like I can feel like something's going to happen.
Yeah.
You just have to be ready for it. We look
See,
forward
and
to seeing you there.
I look, I receive all of that. I receive it all. Like, come here, all of it. I'm trying to prepare myself, but yeah, the No Excellence Awards. It just sounds like something we really, really need here in this industry. Like, we really need it.
And I believe because the COVID has birthed so many new nail techs, right? At one time. I mean, Instagram is just it seems like it's thousands of nail techs now. Way more than before, right? And I just feel like if you have an Oscar style show for nail techs, it will upgrade everyone's mindset that's in the nail industry because you're taking it as if you're literally winning an Oscar for nails.
Mhm.
It's no more, it's just a hobby. You'll be chosen based off of who's the best. I just feel like people that will really elevate their skill level, themselves, everything about them is going to level up
Yeah,
because
that's
it's too
exactly
many
why we need it.
categories.
Hmm. And when you're in an industry that feels oversaturated, like the nail business has felt for the past couple of years, um, an oversaturation of this business is it's a myth. It's not a real thing. There are billions of people in this world. Most people
Absolutely.
don't know how to do their own nails, so don't be concerned about the oversaturation. Nail techs, don't worry about that. Be true to yourself and stand out. But what the Nail Excellence Awards can do is give people a reason to make sure that every single aspect of their nail career is on point. So if you asking somebody to vote for you or you want to be nominated for something, then you're gonna make sure that your nails are good. You're gonna make sure your content is good. You're gonna make sure that you are a professional. You're gonna make sure that you're in a good, safe environment and things like that, so you can really feel deserving of that nomination, of that award. So it's nothing but good things that can come of it, and we all need a reason to get dressed, gown the house down. I know I do.
Okay. All
Give me a
right.
reason. Give me a reason.
Okay.
I love it.
Now, listen, guys, as we come to an end, Shannon, is there anything that you would like to tell our viewers that maybe I had forgot to ask that you might feel is important for them to know?
Yes. Well, I have a YouTube channel called Ben Gorgeous TV, And there's a series there called How I Built a Mobile Nail Salon. And it takes you from the very beginning of the conception of the idea all the way until where we are right now, which is in some of the final stages of the build. Right now, there are 2 episodes up. The third episode is going up soon. I don't know how many episodes we're going to do, but I'm hoping for maybe about a 5 to 7 part series. And then I'll be answering questions. So if this is something that you want to do, if you want to move into the mobile salon space and you want to actually have a self-contained vehicle, then if you watch Ben Gorgeous TV, How I Built a Mobile Nail Salon, I can answer a lot of your questions, comment, and I'll be right there. I'll let you know I'm not gatekeeping. And in the meantime, just, y'all follow me on Instagram, Ben Gorgeous Mobile, or Ben Gorgeous _mobile, or Ben Gorgeous _nails. And if you're in Detroit, or if you're in the Metro Detroit area and you are looking for a salon home, that is unique, flexible hours, and a very inviting and happy space to work in, hit me up, please. I'm looking to build my nail salon or my nail community here. I'm looking to build the beauty industry community here in Detroit. And I'm back outside. It's been about 5 years. I've been in the
You
house,
said I'm
okay?
back outside. Okay.
Yes, barefoot and pregnant, but now I'm back outside. We in it.
All right. All right. All right, guys, we're coming to the end of this week with Miss Shannon Jones. We will see you guys next week with another edition of Nails Are a Lifestyle. Say goodbye, Shannon.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me, Selena. Thank you.
All right.